Okay, guys, I think we can get started. All right, so first of all, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys for coming to our webinar. I am Nittany from the Wix team, and I'll be your host. And in just a little bit, I'll pass you over to Chen Rosenthal, who's our product manager for table reservations. Before we get started, we do have a few technicalities to go over. So first of all, if you have any questions during the webinar, you can ask those in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. And we will have some experts standing by to answer those questions. Plus, we will have a Q&A at the end of the session with Chen, so definitely send us questions. Make sure, though, not to add them in the chat box. That one is for general comments during the webinar. And it's great for you guys to connect with each other and with us during the webinar. Just make sure to hit everyone so we can all see what you're saying. Also, this session is being recorded, so you can go ahead and watch it again and again whenever you want and whenever you need a refresher. And let's talk for a second about what we're going to talk about here. So we'll start with an overview, and here we'll talk about how the app works, from getting a reservation to managing it, then setting up the app, excuse me, setting up the app, where we'll show you how to customize it to your specific needs. Guest and business notifications. We'll set up notifications your clients and their guests will receive. Then we'll go into managing on the go and upcoming features, which is really exciting, so stay tuned. All right, I think that's enough for me, so I'm going to turn you guys over to Chen, and we will get started. Hello, Chen.
Hi, thank you, Nittany. So hi, guys. I'm Chen. I'm the product manager of Table Reservation, and thank you for joining us for this webinar. And I really hope that by the end of it, you will have a clear understanding of what the app includes and how it can benefit your clients. So let's just dive in and start with an overview of what the app is actually about. So what we had in mind when we built the table reservation app was basically to optimize all the restaurant processes, to maximize the capacity, to bring an amazing guest experience, and to reduce cost and increase revenues. And how we plan to do it. So there are two things that we had in mind. First of all is to allow guests to reserve a table through the website and to have the best experience there. And the second one was to allow the restaurant to manage the reservation through the Wix's back office, if it's from the online reservation or in-house reservation, walk-ins, and everything related to the management in the front of the house. So key features that we have in the app is these. We have the possibility to manage the restaurant tables on a floor plan and also in a list view. You can add your phone reservation to the system. You can accommodate walk-ins. We have two acceptance mode, automatic or manually for reservations. We are also integrated with the Wix automations, so you can customize guest and business emails as ever you want. We are multilingual supported, so you can edit the app in many languages. We're integrated with the Wix CRM, so contacts are being created on new reservations. And everything is also supported on the Wix mobile app. So let's show you how the flow looks like end to end. So we are going to go through the live site components, and we have 3 pages there and also a widget. We have the reservation page, the reservation details page, and the reservation confirmation. And we're also going to show you how the reservation management looks like in the back office. We have 2 views. We have the reservation list and the floor plan. So let's take a look how it looks like. So this is my website for the restaurants. We have the Sue's Local Kitchen. And on my homepage, I have added the reservation widget. The widget can be added on multiple pages. You can add the widget on the homepage, on the contact us page, in order to expose, to increase the exposure of the reservation option. And we also have the reservation pages. This is the first page of the page component. So we have here the form. Basically, it acts like a filter, and we have the slots. The slots have a logic behind them. They are calculated according to all the configuration that are set up in the business manager. We have few states here. We have unavailable slots because no table was found for that specific time. we have outside of business hours, and we have available slots if a table was found. So basically, you can filter here by times. So let's try 4 guests for tomorrow. And we need to filter here, let's say for 6 p.m. and choose this specific slot. And here I get to the reservation form. So here I basically just fill in my details. Let's do it quickly. My website is defined as USA, but oh, sorry, Tasha. Okay, yeah. Sorry. And I have here the custom fields. This is where I can ask certain questions. If the guests have allergies, they need high chair, and whatever needed. So, okay. I can complete the reservation and I will get to the thank you page. In the thank you page, I will basically have 2 actions, either to add to the calendar or to cancel the reservation. In addition to that, I just received an SMS notification and an email as a guest that my reservation was confirmed. And as an owner, I got an email notification and a push notification to my Wix owner app. I do want to show you another thing. In this specific website, I have also set up that for larger parties, I want to get a request and not to get an immediate, to set an immediate confirmation for larger parties. So I said that from 8 guests and above, I will only get requests and not reservation that are confirmed. So if I will click on 8 guests, and I'll try to book for tomorrow, let's say at 1 p.m. It will basically skip the first page that we saw before. Why? Because when it's a request, it kind of skips the calculation of the slots because it's the restaurant's decision whether to accept it or not, and not based on any calculation that is being made according to the configuration in the back office. So we'll do another one. We'll do it just do. Okay. Another one. And I will get that thank you for your request, and confirmation by SMS and email will be sent once the restaurants will decide to approve or decline. Now let's see how it looks like in the back office. So this is my back office. I have here the reservations that are confirmed and also the requests. This is the list. You can see that I try to book for tomorrow. So you can see that the reservation I did is here for, I think it was for 6 p.m. and it's in status reserved. And the table that was assigned is table 20. I can also see that this specific guest in the contact panel, how many total reservation he had so far, how many upcoming reservation, how many canceled, and how many no-shows. In the table itself, I can also switch the statuses. I have seated, finished, no-show, and canceled. And I have another columns here that can be customized using the customized columns. I have here the source, which is for where the reservation was created, and we have the custom fields. I also have the possibility to add new reservation from the back office, mostly for phone reservations, and I can also add walk-ins. Let's go and see how the floor plan looks like. So this is my beautiful floor plan. Let's take a look at tomorrow. Okay, we are already on tomorrow. And what you can see here is the actual layout of the restaurants and all the tables in it. You can quickly see on each table the upcoming reservation for that table. You can add on that table a reservation or a walk-in. You still have the possibility to search and filter and everything, and to add a new reservation from here as well. Let's try to add also a reservation for today, let's say at 6 p.m. on let's say, I don't know, let's say 3 guests, and the table section already calculates and try to find an available table. If no available table will be fine, it will say no table found. So I will quickly put again here my details. I can also add directly from contacts and my email. I can also fill in the allergies section, and I don't have to. And I have that team note. In the team note, I can basically write they have requested to sit, I don't know, to get a candle on the cake, I don't know, and create the reservation. So you can see that the reservation was added here as an upcoming because 6:15 is not didn't come yet, and that's basically it on the business manager side. Let's continue. So I want to show you how to set up everything that I just showed you. So we will do a short walkthrough on the business manager. We will show how to set up table management, how to set up the reservation rules for online reservation, and how to set up the reservation form, the one you saw on the live site, and configuring all the fields there. So let's get started. I'll just show you quickly how to get to the reservation settings. So if I were on the reservation list, I have the settings page. You can also get to it from the settings lobby here. So I'll click on settings, and I have 4 items here. I have the table management, online reservation, and reservation form. Notifications we will discuss later. So I'll start with table management. This is the big part of the system and how it works. We have here listed all the tables of the restaurant and their capacity, and we also have the available combination for that specific tables. I will show you how to configure it, not on the list, but on the floor plan, because it's more interesting. So when I click on edit floor plan, I basically can edit the map, design it, add tables, add the capacity of the tables, add the availability if it's online or offline. So I'll show you an example. So I have here the possibility to add tables, and I have also other objects in order to design the map to be more realistic. So let's say I want to add 2 more tables. And what is very nice is that I can actually do a lot of bulk actions very quickly. So I copied the tables. Let's just move them to look okay. And then I can say this is 53. This is the number of the table. I can say it's for 1 to 2 guests. It's available for online reservation. I don't want to keep it for walk-ins. And this is 63. I have some more setup, design, width, height, text size, and I'll try to save it. Okay, and then I'll go to table combinations. And I also want to show that these 2 tables can be combined into a combination of 3 to 4. This is very important in order to maximize the seating and not lose possible reservations. So if I have 2 tables of 2, and these 2 tables can be combined and accommodate larger parties, so I want to mention it so the system will know that if a party of 4 wants to reserve a table, and there's no specific table for 4 people, it will try to find possible combinations. We did try to design in the map areas. We don't have areas yet in the product, but this is something that we'll work on in the future. So let's save it. Another thing that I want to mention, and I mentioned, is that you can mark tables as unavailable for online booking. This is very good if you want to keep some of the restaurant for walk-ins, and you don't want all the reservation to be booked for, reservations. So you can set that, okay, let's take all the bar tables and they're not possible to book them from the online and only walk-ins can get them. Okay, let's continue and move on to the online reservation settings. So here we can set up the availability of when guests can book a table from the website. So we have here the schedule. This is the recurring times of the seating times. It's every week on Sunday and Saturday that guests can book between 6 and 11. And on Monday until Friday from 12 until 10 p.m. And there is another option to add a special day. This is if you have holidays or something else. And you can say, okay, for Easter, I'm unavailable and Easter is here. So let's just try to, I don't know, block it for the whole day from 8 until 11. And do it like this. So on March 31st, it's Easter and I'm not operating, even though usually I'm operating at that day. Another thing that I have here is the minimum notice. And so how close to the reservation guests can book a table. If I don't want to get surprised and people come in because they reserved from a minute ago, so I can have a limit here that I can accept reservation only 6 minutes in advance, or I don't know, 5 hours in advance and so on. And this also affects the calculation on the slots that you see on the live side. So if I did 60 minutes here, the slots for the next 16 minutes will look as blocked because I don't want guests to reserve from now to now. Party size, this is basically the filters that we see in the live site. I set from 1 to 12 guests is the amount that I'm willing to get from the live site. And this is also the trick that I showed you that I wanted for larger parties to get a request and not to send them an immediate confirmation. So from 1 to 8 to 7, actually, I send an immediate confirmation and the slots are calculated. But from 8 to 12, I'm just getting requests and I can, as a restaurant, manually approve or decline the reservation. Of course, I can also work fully manually, put one here, and then everything will be working manually. I will still be able to work with table management, but on the live site, slots won't be calculated according to the tables. Turnover time, this is basically the reservation length. So I can set, according to specific party sizes, how long the reservation will be for that specific reservation. So for 2 guests, I have a duration of 1 hour and a half, from 3 to 5, 2 hours, from 6 to 30, 2 hours and a half. And last one is the pacing. So currently our slots are 15 minutes interval. We are about to change that and allow restaurants to change the time interval from 15-minute slots to bigger 30 minutes, 1 hour. And we also have the pacing that if restaurants want to prevent the kitchen to get overwhelmed or the staff and they want to get guests and parties not all at once, so you can set a limit of number of guests and parties for every 15 minutes. So I can say it's okay that my restaurant can accommodate 200 people at the same time, but I want that every 15 minutes, I won't get more than 30 guests. And this again relates to the calculation that is being done on the slots on the live site. If I passed the pacing limit, slot won't be available anymore. So this is very important to note. Okay, let's continue. Let's leave and move to the form. This is the second page on the live site. And basically, the simple form can decide which fields are mandatory. Currently, first name and the phone number are mandatory for communication-wise, so we can send out SMSs. Email is not required by default, but you can turn it on, and also the last name. This is where I define my custom fields. I can add additional ones, and I can mark some as mandatory. Custom fields. So if I want to make sure the guest knows that if they're running late, they should contact the restaurant by phone, or that the reservation will be held for 15 minutes and that they shouldn't late, because otherwise they will give the table to other guests. So this is the place to do it. We also allow restaurant to collect subscribers. So this is an option to do it by adding a checkbox of you accept email marketing. And we have the policies where you can add your terms and conditions and privacy policy. That's basically the 3 items that are related to all the calculation of the slots and the appearance of the live site. Okay. Now we'll dive in and talk about the notifications. So when it comes to guest notifications, we are integrated with Wix automations, and we have automation for sending an email and sending an SMS. The emails are customizable using Wix emails. We have reservation confirmation, cancellation confirmation. We have reservation time updates and reminder alerts. And currently the reminder is set to send out 1 day before the reservation starts. But again, it's customizable. You can add conditions and change it however you want. If you want it 1 hour before, 12 hours before, it's possible. Business notifications. So restaurant also needs to get a notification when a new reservation comes. So they will get it through the business manager bell button, the dashboard, owner app, push notification, and also an email. We are changing it in soon to also work with automations that you can also customize it as you wish. If you want to customize the email as the email that you get, so it's possible. Another thing that is very important to note here is that in order for the business to get notification, he must be a site collaborator. So if you guys build a website for your client, the client must give you the email address that he wishes to get notifications to, and this email address must be added as a site collaborators. You can also add as a site collaborators with minimal permissions, table reservation permissions, or restaurant permissions. They not necessarily need to have full admin permissions, and they will still receive the notifications. And managing on the go, everything is supported on the Wix owner app. It looks like this. And basically everything on the management section, the list view and the floor plan is also available on the owner app. We still don't have all the setups, all the settings in the owner app. It's also planned, but not yet. So if you need to do some small adjustments, it needs to be done on the desktop. And I want to show you also a sneak peek into the future. So what we're actually working on at the moment. I know that everyone has been waiting for it, but we are currently working on the possibility to take payments as part of the reservation process, if it's as a deposit, as a prepayment for some kind of experience. So you will define a policy where you can define from which Paris site is you need to charge money, what is the charge fee per guest, and you will have a checkout flow in the live site where the guest will have to pay in advance for that reservation. It will be supported on the owner app and also on the live site and business manager. Second one, which is also very exciting, is the Wix Brand and Dine apps support. So currently the new table reservation app is not supported there, and we are working on the possibility to give guests the possibility to also book a table from Dine by Wix and branded to bring a better guest experience. So stay tuned. This is also coming up. I didn't mention at the beginning, but the app was built in the restaurant segment in mind, for the restaurant segment in mind, but we also support other use cases like group activities, bowling, and pottery studios, and everything related to group activities. It also fits. So if you have a client that needs such possibility, I don't know, to book a bowling line or reserve a table for a pottery workshop, it's also possible. Thank you, guys. That's it from my side.
Hi, guys, I'm back. Thank you, Chen, so much. That was great. It was really interesting. This feature looks really cool. And I know we've got a bunch of questions, so let's just dive right into them. Let's see. First up, can we upload restaurant table layout and set number of covers for pacing, etc.?
Yes, that's actually a great idea. And I actually saw someone who did it. He took just the picture of the layout of the restaurant. He uploaded as an image to the floor plan and then just added the tables on top of it. And it already looked designed. It saved them, I think, a lot of time because they didn't need to design it using the builder. And yes, you can set pacing controls and everything like I showed in the demo.
Cool. Next question. How do I add the reservation element to my restaurant on the Dine by Wix app to take reservations from the Dine app?
So as I just mentioned, we are working on a Dine by Wix support. It will be available very soon. So stay tuned.
How are you going to support deposit and prepayments?
So again, same feature that I just showed, it's in progress. We are going to support deposit and prepayments for experiences. You have to wait a little bit more and then you will have it.
And will it work on multiple languages?
Of course, we're also multilingual supported. In order to translate the texts of the app, you have to go to a multilingual product and do it there. And there are also some texts that are can be translated in the editor. So you have to do it on both parts, editor and multilingual product.
Okay, let's see what's next. I need to be, okay, we have a whole question here. I need to be able to sell a whole table, let's say 8 seats in a single purchase. Can I have it add those 8 people to the guest list and then assign them to that table? And can I require the purchaser to enter the name of all 8 guests?
Yes. It's kind of a workaround basically, but you can set a table of maximum of 8 to 8 guests. And then in the custom field section, you can make it mandatory and ask, please fill in the guests' names. And I think it should cover the use case because this table will only be assigned to 8 people. And then in the form, they will have to list down the names of all the people of this reservation. That's it.
Okay, we've got a few more. Let's see. Is there an iPad app for staff to see and have access to the reservations, or do you have to log into the Wix website? This was an issue with online ordering a few years ago. There was no front end for staff. I would just receive an email with the order.
Okay. So as I showed, we have the Wix Owner app. The Wix Owner app is supported on the tablet. We actually have a designed floor plan just for tablet. And for the staff, I really recommend to give them limited access to see only restaurant-related products, and then they can more easily navigate there. But there is a possibility to add at the front of the door a station with a tablet and just have the reservations, and online ordering, by the way, is also supported on the Owner app. So you can have it there.
Well, I think we've got time for one more. Let's see. Is it possible to work in shifts so you can fill your restaurant 2 to 3 times a day?
So we don't have a clear definition now for shifts. You can have it like a breakdown through shifts, but it won't be visible on the live site. We do plan to change that. We do plan to allow you to build shifts and also have customization per specific shift, but it's coming soon. It's also something that in our plans at the moment.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Chen.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Unfortunately, we're going to wrap it up now. But thank you again, Chen. Thank you guys for joining us. Of course, it was great having you here, and we can't wait to see what you guys do with this product. So keep us updated. And again, the session was recorded, so you'll get a link to it by email. Plus, you can also find it in the Studio Academy library. And one more thing, if you guys have any questions that we didn't get to or any feedback about the webinar itself, please let us know in the feedback form that we're going to link in here right now. You'll also get it later. Your feedback really helps us make these webinars as helpful as possible for you guys in the future. So let us know what you think. And that's it. Thank you again for coming. Have a great evening, or I guess day, wherever you are in the world. And that's it. Thank you so much.